Magnetism. All matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms have negatively charged electrons that spin around them. Most of the time, the electrons spin in random directions. When the electrons all spin in the same direction, they create an invisible force known as magnetism. Magnetism is a force that can push together or pull apart certain metals. Magnets attract things made of certain metals like iron and steel. Every magnet has an area around it where its magnetic force is effective. This area is called a magnetic field. The most powerful parts of a magnet are at the poles or ends of a magnet. Magnets have two poles, a north pole and a south pole. When it comes to magnets, opposites attract, so a north pole will attract a south pole. If you try to put two south poles together, they will repel or push against each other. The same is true for two north poles too. Migrating birds use the sun and stars to help them find their way home. But what happens on cloudy days? Scientists believe that birds use the Earth's magnetic field to guide them to where they need to go. People use magnetic force every day. Have you ever used a compass to find your way? One of the most useful things a magnet can tell you is what direction we are traveling. Compasses work because the Earth has its own magnetic field. There is a magnet inside a compass that always points to true north. No matter how you hold it, it will always point north. For thousands of years, explorers, sailors, and hikers have used a compass to help them find their way. Think of a time when you used a magnet. What objects were attracted to it? What materials were not attracted to it? How do you explain this? Electromagnetism. Magnets can also be created by using electricity. When you run an electric current through a piece of wire, it creates a magnetic field around the wire. This is called electromagnetism. Electromagnets are only magnets when an electric current flows through them. They are useful because you can control their magnetism. Electromagnets are made of wire wrapped around a core of iron. When an electrical current is run through the wire's magnetic field is trapped within the iron. This iron becomes a temporary magnet. Electromagnets are easily controlled by turning a switch on or off. The switch completes or breaks the electrical circuit. Electromagnets have more uses than regular magnets. They are found inside doorbells, electric motors, generators, and circuit breakers. Have you ever seen a giant magnet lift up an old car at the junkyard? An electromagnetic strength makes it perfect for moving heavy loads of metal in a recycling plant or junkyard. A powerful electromagnet is strong enough to lift an old car. When the crane has moved the scrap metal to the correct spot, the electric current is turned off. Then the scrap metal suddenly drops to the ground. Explain how an electromagnet works.